to the Failcast. I'm presenting a mobile gaming episode this week with Watson.
Hello.
Chris, aka Chairman Miaow. I always have to figure it between Tizzy and Chairman.
Hello.
And I'm not even going to try it. Jesse again. He's been on plenty, so you already know.
Howdy, everyone.
Seriously, your name is terrible.
Isn't it Wycymru?
It looks Welsh. Is it Welsh?
Yeah.
It's Welsh with WY, which is the thing for Wyoming, put in front of it.
Oh.
It's literally Wyoming, Wales. That's what it says. But
Exactly. You did pronounce it right though, so that's a good sign.
Fair enough.
Considering you're all neighbors.
Thing is, whenever I count down, it's like, well, I remember once I had Time Lord on this podcast. I think it was during the modcast, and I was counting down from 10, and he stopped me when I was on 4, and just went, "Why do we need to count down from 10?"
It's back when I used to play Halo, the first one. There was when you were doing the multiplayer, it was press X to stop the countdown.
Yeah,
every time someone would press X. Just
that person just needs to be shot. But anyway, this is a mobile gaming episode, no Halo.
Sorry.
Today. Anyway, so
unless they've managed to port it yet, have they ported it?
Hell no.
No.
That'll be the day.
Microsoft aren't going to give Apple and Android that.
I mean, they've been porting some stuff over recently. I've noticed. Ones I've got on mine. Let's have a look. I have it in front of me, so it's all good. I've got a version of Dead Space.
What's that like?
It's not too bad actually. It's quite a short game, but it's got.
So it's not actually Dead Space; it's like a spin-off.
It's a shorter version essentially, but pretty good graphics and everything actually. And then I've got a port of GTA 3, which is another quite a big one on there. And recently I found The Bard's Tale. Now, did anyone ever play The Bard's Tale?
I've heard of it, but I haven't played it. Is it good? What is it?
It's essentially, if anyone's ever played what was it, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games on the PS2, it was the same people who made that.
Isn't that like the Baldur's Gate games but turned into a hack and slash?
Essentially, yeah. So it has this kind of hack and slash elements, but this one's a lot more RPG focused. This is a lot better for RPG wise. And you play as this unnamed bard, and it's so kind of 3/4 view, everything like that. And yeah, it takes the piss out of fantasy games essentially. Yeah. Right. So it's kind of very sarcastic.
So it's like the Magicka game then.
Yeah. They break the fourth wall all the time. It's pretty darn good actually.
Fair enough. I just want to know: are we including handheld games in this?
Oh.
Handheld games, as in
PSP, DS.
Well, I hope so, because about the only.
It's yeah.
Yeah. I thought by mobile gaming, I thought you meant mobile as in moving around, kind of mobile.
Well, we meant mobile initially. We meant mobile as in like Apple and Android and stuff.
Okay, because I have a Samsung something, and it doesn't work properly anymore. It occasionally freezes, and if I want to make a call, I have to switch it to speakerphone because the speaker doesn't work. So. I'll be left out a bit if we don't include the handheld
To be fair
side.
though, that's probably just a sign to replace it, because let's face it, Samsung is like the chav brand of that and Sony Ericsson.
I think I've had it about 4 years now. I don't know.
I've had a Motorola K1 for 5 years.
I break things. I've run out of excuses, so I just break things. I've literally today got my PS Vita back from being repaired because I broke it. So yeah. At least my Xbox never broke.
Fair enough. One thing I was talking to Watson about absolutely ages ago was that I got Mega Man 2 on my iPod, and I can also get Mega Man X. And they are brilliant. I mean, obviously the main drawback is because it's a touchscreen thing, and it's a touchscreen representation of the controls, and there's no tactile feedback, so occasionally you'll kind of like mess up, but it's not too bad. You get used to it, and I'm really enjoying it just because it's fucking Mega Man. Yeah, seeking response.
I mean, my girlfriend's much more up to date with phone games than I am, and there's some really high quality ones. Like there's an RPG I can remember playing. I don't remember what it was called, but it wasn't like so noteworthy that you have to go play it now. So I'm not going to try and tell you to. But
I also know that you can get Chrono Trigger on the iOS store.
Yeah, I would
I'm
want
interested
that.
in looking for.
But, this game, it used the touchscreen. In the bottom left corner, it did a sort of directional pad. In the bottom right corner, it did 4 buttons, like a normal controller. And I thought that was quite cool.
That's what a lot of games do.
And it works, but I much prefer just like on my phone. I'd much prefer a really simple game, like Angry Birds. I'm not a great fan, but just keep it a nice, simple premise like that, and polish it really well.
I think it's Firebox or something. You can get an iOS arcade thing, and basically you slot your iPod or iPhone in, and that becomes the screen. And there's actually like a joystick and stuff, and it looks like a miniaturized arcade thing, and you can just carry it around and sit it on your lap and stuff.
That sounds quite cool.
Yeah.
I suppose it means that those
like
mechanics work properly.
Yeah. What was it? I remember when I first got my iPod, and I did download Angry Birds and Plants vs Zombies and all that, and they are surprisingly good games.
Yeah, they seem to take the very few button presses, that kind of thing, quite well, and I think that works a lot better. And then you're talking about the ones where you have like the buttons in the corner and things. I find the best ones with those. I don't know if anyone's ever seen one like this, but when you have the directional joystick, some of them have the joystick will appear when you put your thumb down. So wherever you put your thumb, that's where the joystick appears. I think that one works a lot better. Yeah. Instead of having to try and remember.
That would only work if it was restricted to, say, the left half of the screen, and then the right side of the screen was a button press.
Yeah. Oh, it was, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but like I said, I prefer the simple mechanics, and I think having a system like that means you're not going to have any gimmicky button presses or anything like that. Just keep it simple, a joystick on one side, buttons on the other. But you can sometimes get one where it's like joystick, buttons, tap here to do this as well.
Yeah.
One thing that bugged me about Plants vs Zombies, though, was that you couldn't unlock free play until you completed the campaign, and I never actually got onto doing that, just because obviously other games, non-mobile and mobile, distracted me, and it got really annoying after a while, because it was ramping up the difficulty and introducing mechanics, and there were just loads of things to choose from, and which might be a good thing, but it just made me feel kind of like sport for choice, and I was like,
I feel like I cheated because I played Plants vs Zombies on the computer. My girlfriend had it on her computer rather than her phone for some reason, and
I think a lot of people do.
I've got it on my DS.
And
that doesn't sound worth it.
After playing it on the computer, I tried to play it on, I think, my sister's iPhone, and then I was like, why can I never place the plants in the right bit? And it might just be because I'm clumsy, but I
never had any problems with that.
It's probably just
you're
me.
an idiot.
It was like, okay, I'd better put this pea shooter here quick so that zombie doesn't kill me. Oh, wait, I put it on the wrong lane, I'm dead. But
Yeah.
it probably is just me, but I always felt it would be nice if there was a mechanic where, like, you could move a plant once after placing it or something.
Or like you had to like there was a brief pause before. Well, actually no, that wouldn't work because sometimes like I've had to place plants at the last second, so I suppose that would screw me over. But I see what you mean.
Most of the games on mine are, I have a lot of 1945 era type games where you're overhead aircraft, where you just guide the aircraft and dodge bullets and shoot. I don't know if you played the old Capcom 1945 era. They have raid and fires just like that.
What, kind of like Ikaruga
called,
and things like that?
But the very simple ones, the much older ones, where you're just flying one direction, you're just dodging bullets and shooting back. There's one on here I like though called Strike Fleet Omega, where you control a fleet, and all you're doing is using your finger to guide your squadrons towards the enemy. And as it gets more intense, you have more ships, you're guiding more squadrons, and it's just, the whole screen just gets filled with aircraft.
You're essentially unstoppable then, I take it.
Well, except you can also choose aircraft that have fighters, or you can choose ships that have guns, or ships that have interceptors or bombers. And you only get so many slots to fill up your fleet. So if you're someone who's really good at micromanaging, you could have a lot of fighters, or you could just bring in a whole bunch of ships with guns. So it does kind of give you a bit of a style, a chance to choose how you want to play the game. If you want to be, if you love micromanaging, or if you just want the guns to do all the work for you.
Okay. On the subject of micromanaging, on the computer back in the day, did anyone ever play Masters of Orion?
No.
No.
Heard of, not played.
Well, it was this very big 4X game, and it was basically, you know, you'd be in space, you'd be one of several races, and you basically establish colonies across different planets. The galaxy was randomly generated. There were different types of stars that different systems around were likely to generate certain things, and basically you built like war fleets and things like that, and basically you had to conquer the galaxy and stuff. And on the iOS there is this thing called Starbase Orion, and it's basically a touchscreen version of that with a few of the more complex things taken out, but still really good. And it was just a few quid, so I was loving that. Just because it's a massive time sink, and as you said before, it's a really micromanagey sort of thing. But one thing that sort of makes me really sort of childishly gleeful is that you can do this thing. Let's say you enter a battle. Obviously, it calculates the battle based on statistics and the fleets that are going up against each other. But what it does is it randomly generates a little battle that happens. Like it's like you're looking at like a screen with all the ships represented by different kinds of like little shaped cursors and stuff, moving around and firing all the different weapons. And so you can actually see this battle take place in like a bird's eye view.
I think I remember seeing something about that on the forums a while ago, where someone had a glitch, I think, where they were trying to attack some civilians, and the civilian fleet was like in the billions for some reason. And so they were planning to just, steal all their resources, and then suddenly the civilian fleet had billions upon billions of ships, and they were just like,
yeah, but
okay.
they wouldn't be able to do anything, so it'd be a killing field, surely.
I don't know.
Because the civilian ships, they're like the what would you call it? What was it? Fucking colonist ships aren't armed at all.
Right. I may have to see if I can find that thread again, because there was something about it, and I'm pretty sure it's Masters of Orion. It was, but
yeah.
But it serves them right for breaking the Geneva Convention, surely.
Exactly. Ramming speed.
In the original Masters of Orion, there was you had to work on technology to go into this special zone. That was basically there was like a big evil force that was going to gradually invade. So basically, you could not go after that and then wait for it to come to you, or you can go to it. And I don't think that's in the iOS version, which is a bit of a disappointment, but...
One game, speaking of the whole space kind of thing, I would love to see a mobile version of is FTL, because it would so easily lend itself to mobile, and it's such a good game that you can just pick up and play for 10 minutes, drop it again, and you can play it for 10 minutes, or you can play it for 3 hours, and I would just love that, because you can just... You're on a train, you pick it up, you play FTL for a bit, you get off at the stop, you're done. And I'd really love to be able to do that. And just roguelike games like that are, I think, perfect for mobile gaming.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually, yeah. Yeah, we need more of that, definitely.
The game that everyone seems to want re-release or a sequel to, though, in terms of Space 4X, is Space 4X. No one will get that joke.
No, go on.
That everyone wants to re-release to is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. That's it.
I can't say I've ever played it.
Well, have you ever heard of the Civilization games?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was essentially like a kind of, not really sequel, but kind of a sequel to Civilization 2, because basically, one of the ways you can win the game is by creating space travel and go into the Andromeda Galaxy, and then that's the end of the game. And basically, it's Earth went to shit, and basically all these colonist ships have eventually arrived at Andromeda, but they each have their own sort of leader that kind of came to power on each colonist ship, and they're each vying for control, so it kind of begins again, but in space.
I always loved Civilization. I can't say I've played Alpha Centauri, but
I've got Civilization 4, and I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Is there a mobile version of that, or any Civilization rather?
There was a crappy Facebook game, but I'm not sure if there was a mobile version.
There is a version of 3, I believe it is. I either have it or had it. I'm just looking through my phone now, see if it's still
If you
here.
have it, all you need to do is reinstall it. You still have it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that game, I mean, graphically it's not exactly demanding, and it would lend itself to mobile quite easily.
Yeah, because it's basically coloured panels, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the most demanding, but it's a very cool game.
I remember it now, isn't it?
I'm surprised there aren't more games similar to the kind of, not Civilization, but the Age of Empire line.
I never really liked standard RTSs, just because, the way to win was, figure out the best way to spawn troops really quickly.
Yeah,
right.
My favourite RTS has always been the Dawn of War series, just because, well, the second one rather, just because there's not base building, it's more about the tactics. It's small squad tactics is what I'm trying to say in gibberish.
My favourite's definitely the Total War series, just because, you have this overworld, you have to get troops. You have to get troops from cities and stuff, and it's all about how you move your troops in the overworld, and then you have what you take into battle, and you actually have to strategize with the actual troops.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say about Dawn of War 2 in a mangled fashion. There's literally no base building. It's just the only base building you do is picking upgrades for your troops, and you capture resource points on the map to build these upgrades and to build troops straight off. And so it's more about map control than it is about base building. So you won't have these people who literally have just mastered their macros. It's more about strategy. Like, I did have one match where I managed to completely shut someone into his own base with turrets, and I just put turrets at the entrance to his base so he couldn't get out. And so I was free to capture all the points and get huge amounts of resources to destroy him, and that was great fun. But
Well, I was playing Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion, and I think I was playing as the Eastern Roman Empire, so they were called the Flavii. And, several turns in, my general, my faction leader's brother betrayed the faction, but he did it just shortly after I put him in charge of a city with a reasonably large army. So he took control of the city and assumed control of that army as well, and shut us out. So what I did was I put my faction leader in charge of a similarly sized army to go and deal with him. And so, we stormed the walls and stuff, and chipped him away. And my general, I tend to put my generals on the front lines so they can, kick some ass. And basically, my general got all of his bodyguard killed, and that could have happened a different way. Like, he could have been killed, and it could have been a one bodyguard unit left, but it was him left. And we basically wrecked them just because strategizing. But then the last enemy alive was the traitor general, with the rest of his unit killed. So it was just him.
Did you have a showdown?
So what I did was, because he obviously was programmed to retreat to the city square to protect the flag, and basically I just pulled all of my troops back and just sent in my lone general to have a horseback sword fight with him. And what I was actually planning to do was that if my general got killed, I was going to I was going to throw the match like surrender, so I could let him build his army up again. But my general killed him. And it was honestly one of the best moments in that game I've ever had.
Yeah, I loved Rome Total War, and I loved the original Shogun Total War as well. And then I don't know why, because on paper they seem to be better, but Medieval Total War, Napoleon Total War, and Shogun 2 Total War, none of them had the same charm for me as Rome Total War and the original Shogun.
I got that with Medieval 2 Total War, but the way I overcame that was that I downloaded the Westeros Total War, which made it brilliant. And I'm playing as the Starks, and what's funny, and I'm sure this happened by coincidence, but in Game of Thrones, Tywin hates Tyrion.
Yeah. Did they have a father-son thing?
what happened with me was that I was playing as a Stark's officer now. I was just moving some troops to another city, and we came across Tyrion, and it was just Tyrion and like 2 units of foot soldiers. So we just ambushed him and killed him within like the first 5 turns of the game, and I'm like, wow, Tyrion really fucking hated you, didn't he?
I was trying to mod Shogun 2 Total War because I was looking at the intermods for that to try and give some life to it, but apparently they've been really harsh and restricting with the mod support for Shogun 2, and it's really hard to do anything for it, which I was really disappointed with because there were some quite ambitious projects and they were all saying like, no, it's too hard, we can't do it.
Oh, that's retarded. I mean, I thought that all the time that the Total War franchise kind of really supported their modders. That sounds a bit strange.
Well, maybe it was just people making excuses, but I don't know.
Maybe. Do you think a Total War, to make this relevant, do you think a Total War game would work on mobile gaming?
The overworld
I
would,
think-
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about the combat is the thing.
You could scale it down in a way to where it could work.
Maybe. I think one way that it might work, and it's just giving me an idea to search for something, not Total War, but what I'm about to suggest is like a Total War Risk game for it.
Right.
But yeah, it just occurred to me. I wonder if there's a Risk game on the iPhone.
Oh, right.
Because if so, I'm gonna get one.
Oh, there
fucking love
would
Risk.
definitely be one of those.
I suppose
I know-
they could go the route that Advance Wars does and have like one thing represent lots more than it actually is.
Yeah, maybe.
It'd probably look a bit weird.
Probably. But yeah, I need to check if there's a Risk game.
I'm sure there's
There's no risk. There's no Risk on the Android market, but there is a Drisk.
What?
It has like a silhouette of a tank on it, so...
That just
I imagine there's legal issues there.
that sounds like a store brand version of a cereal, like
Yeah.
store brand Frosted Flakes featuring Terry the Lion. They're acceptable.
Cocoa Pops versus Cocoa Pips, things like that. But yeah,
cereal
I
wars.
imagine
Lord-
it's just called
Or
that.
Lord Chocolate. Or Lord
Lord
Chocolate.
I imagine
Oh,
it's
that-
just a legal issue why they're not called Risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is another one I've just seen here. Euronet Domination, which has in brackets afterwards Risk board game. So that's
I, to carry that joke on a bit more, I've actually forgotten what we're talking about now. Crap.
Well, it was supposed to be mobile gaming, but
It was the store brand thing.
Lord Chocula was the last one.
Oh yeah, I just love that that thing in Futurama, where it's God, I don't get these cereals. I mean, Admiral Crunch, and and it just goes, oh, if that's not to your taste, try some Archduke Chocula.
I've not seen that.
It's one of the early Futurama episodes when he's like acclimating to the future.
Oh, right. And he's saying he doesn't get them even though they're exactly the same, right?
Well, no, I think it just baffles him that Captain Crunch became Admiral Crunch.
I think anything would baffle Fry, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. Futurama's brilliant though. I will fight. So
I have
mobile
noticed.
gaming.
I have noticed on the Google Play Market there are a lot of Minecraft ripoffs.
There's rip-offs
Oh,
of
yeah.
everything.
It's the same for XBLA.
There are some hilarious rip-offs in the mobile market.
especially on Android because a lot more get through.
Yeah, and they use pictures from the actual game,
From Minecraft.
but they just call it something else. Like there's one where it's clearly Mario, like a screen capture of Mario, and then they called it something else.
Like
And there
super
was some-
stereotypical Italian dude.
Here's one's called Era's Adventures, and it's a picture of Yoshi.
What?
You can
If I
probably
click
find
on
quite.
it- Oh, it is Yoshi. It's Yoshi in the game. So they
What? So they
Ported-
actually refer to him as Yoshi.
no, his name is Era.
Oh right, but they use the same sprite essentially.
Yeah, it's a 3D game of Yoshi wandering around collecting coins, I guess.
What?
Excellent.
That's a bit odd. You know what I always found interesting though? Did you ever play the Yoshi game on the Nintendo 64?
Yoshi's. Oh, yes, I have it actually. I just can't remember what it's called.
I just love that each life is a different coloured Yoshi, because it just puts me in this really dark mindset that they're throwing their troops at this onslaught and they're getting killed.
That's kind of horrifying, actually.
And if they get captured, they get taken to that castle, and you feel really bad for them.
Oh, okay, so they don't die. That's good, because the way you said it, it made it sound like...
It's like they're being taken to a POW camp.
Well, that's better than them dying.
But it's sad because you look at them and there's like half your Yoshi singing in this little cage. You're like, oh, I want them back.
Yoshis are adorable.
Yeah, I would feel terrible if I was responsible for the death of a Yoshi.
Unless it was the one from the Super Mario film. I wouldn't care if that thing died.
I don't think that qualifies as Yoshi.
What about the fucking Goombas, man?
I actually want to watch that again, because I watched it when I was young enough that I thought it was good.
Oh, God.
Oh.
So I want to watch it again.
It's one of those things where the best way to enjoy it is to make it a drinking game.
Every time they rape the Mario franchise.
I did re-watch it again, but I could only get through the first 10 minutes. Because it was just so slow.
To carry on from what you were saying, every time they rape the Mario franchise, drink until they stop raping, and you basically just put down bottle after bottle of whiskey without pause.
You're gonna wake up in front of a hospital.
Oh, again.
Hopefully, if you've been watching that, you'll never wake up.
If your friends are nice.
But no, you could do it every time there's a ham-fisted reference to the game. Every time Mario and Luigi do something stereotypically Italian.
I find it really odd because there's been loads of stuff about like, oh, this game's getting a movie, this game's getting a movie, this game's getting a movie. When was the last game that actually got a movie? Cause,
I don't know,
because Halo was supposed to have one, Metal Gear Solid was supposed to have one.
My word.
Postal got one, but that was just
that sounds weird.
Better forgotten.
Isn't it Are they still going on with Assassin's Creed?
I don't know. I think,
but on the Mario film, do you know what really annoyed me about this one scene that really pissed me off in that film more than everything else? And it was when Luigi and Daisy were in the sewers and they were chasing a couple of like goons from the rival plumbing company that was secretly working for Bowser. And so to block them off, one of them like unscrewed a valve so it started spraying out loads of steam. And he just like, it was just unscrewing a valve. And so she goes, "Can you fix it so we can go after them?" And he's like, "No, I can't. I'm only an apprentice plumber." And it's like, literally, you just have to tighten the goddamn valve. And so they have to go get Mario to fix it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm fixing it. I'm working really hard on it. Fixed it. Yeah! Well, you're so good." You tightened the fucking valve. Although, to be fair, that could just be like a really subtle dig at handyman community, like making everything seem really complicated so they can overcharge you.
I suppose. I think you're giving it a bit much credit there.
Yeah. Nobody on the movie knew anything about plumbing, so they're just like, okay, what's plumbing? There's a valve involved. I think there's a pipe.
Well,
should we get it like a real plumber to talk to us? Oh no, that's too much work.
Too expensive.
Well, to be fair, some good shows do that as well. Like, much as I love Community, when they've got Troy learning how to be an air conditioning repairman or whatever.
Yeah, he does do some really simple stuff. Tighten that thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, they make out like how much of a prodigy he is, and literally he just tightens things and hits them with stuff.
To be fair, though, that's probably the joke.
Probably.
Because he's not that bright as a character. So that's probably the point.
I did love that the head of the air conditioning repair school was, I can't remember his name, but the guy who was in The Big Lebowski.
Oh, he was a very good actor. I just loved... He made a really weird remark to Dean Pelton.
Right.
When he had the goatee.
Yeah.
Before he shaved it off, and it's like, trying to big himself up. And he said something like, get ready to experience it. And it was like, it made it out like he was going to brown nose the hell out of him for some reason, because it was like, like, power coursing from my nose to your anus, and it's like, wait, what?
I don't remember that line.
Rewatch that episode. I think it's like the first episode of season 3 or something.
I do love that show, so I will have to watch
It's
it again
really
anyway.
But anyway, mobile gaming.
Yeah, mobile gaming.
So after taking a really lengthy hiatus from Pokemon White, just because I needed to reconcile that I didn't really care about the new generation, I've gotten back into it, and I'm actually enjoying it much more now. Of course, I did go into my computer and realised I had 2 old Pokemon from the Dream World, a Kangaskhan and a Taillow, so I've just trained those up and added them to my party, so it's made it a bit better.
I played a bit of Pokemon Black, I think it was. I got quite far. I did the League, and then I looked at the map and I was like, oh, I haven't been to half the places yet, and I sort of just felt like, well, I've beaten the League. Why would I continue? What's my
I don't know. I'm gonna look into that obviously, but because I'm thinking of getting Black and White 2 or Black or White 2, mainly because obviously I think it gives you access to old Pokemon right away, but also there's stuff like there's that World Tournament thing that you can just go right into, which seems quite interesting just because you can battle all the old gym leaders in it and stuff.
I think I'd have a lot more fun with Pokemon if I actually knew people who played it, so I could trade with them and stuff. Because I remember back when I had my old Game Boy Color, playing Pokemon. I think I had Red and my brother had Blue, I think, and just trading and battling with people at the local youth clubs and things like that. It was just so nerdy and ridiculous, but it was
I
just
remember
fun.
me and my best friend would battle all the time. We each named our rivals after each other.
There was a glitch to duplicate Pokemon where you turned off the Game Boy at the right moment during trading.
Yeah.
And because it would save the data on one person's, but it wouldn't save it on theirs. And someone did that to give me a level 100 something or other, and they did it at the wrong time, so they deleted all their data.
That would be painful.
Hilarious as it was, I did feel bad. But I've had a lot less fun with Pokemon since I've looked into it a bit, and I'm like, EVs, IVs, natures.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, it sucks the fun out for me. I love micromanaging, but that's just grinding.
At most, I might find out what natures are best for certain Pokemon, and maybe try and get one with a certain nature, but that's the furthest I'd go. Because with the nature, it's just, it's right there.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Dean, I thought you played...
I do. I've ignored that.
You get Pokemon with timid nature and stuff, and it affects their.
You go into Pokemon stats, and it'll say it's got a timid nature, whatever.
I tend to just put them straight in the machine and find one that's I imagine my character would like more.
Right.
See,
I didn't know that actually had anything to do with the game apart from a word. I didn't realise.
Do you know about EVs then? Is it evolution values or something? I don't remember what it's called.
Extraneous variable trading or something like that.
Oh my word.
Pokemon is a very complicated
This is a game for kids.
People get stupidly nerdy about it. But I love stat tracking, but I want to be able to see the stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Pokemon has so many hidden stats that I'm just like, what?
I am tempted to, when it's possible for me to, I am tempted to try and get a 3DS to get X or Y when they come out, because it also sounds quite good. So if I do Black and White 2 soon, and then because it does, I am quite interested in the graphic changes and the Pokemon that'll be in it.
I've always wanted a good version of Pokemon Stadium, because
Pokemon Stadium was awesome. There's a mode where you could just pick 6 out of 150 Pokemon and just go nuts with them. It was brilliant.
I loved it because of the fact that it was a version of Pokemon where you get to see the Pokemon battling it out, and it was just cool. And
yeah, did you ever play the Pokemon Colosseum games?
No, unfortunately not. I only played
They
Stadium.
were quite good, except you could only catch the Shadow Pokemon that appeared. So that meant that you had a really specific range of Pokemon that you would have. And with the sequel, they kind of fixed that, because there was some wild Pokemon had been released back in, but it was only a couple of different ones in each area, so it wasn't that good. But what you could do is you could trade in Pokemon from the Game Boy games, which is quite good. But it was nice to watch them battle with three-dimensional sprites.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things I liked about Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I mean, as a game, I much prefer Melee, but it was cool to watch like Charizard and that battle it out in real time, rather than just like Charizard used
turn-based,
flamethrower, and then it was like little flame sprites come out.
Really, what they really should do is just make a game on the Smash Brothers engine, but then use all the
like 3 million Pokemon.
All the different 600 Pokemon as fighters.
I would love that game.
Have you ever played the one? Oh, what was it called? Basically, the Pokemon were actually little clockwork toys that bounced around the level, and every single one had 2 attacks when you pressed either of the button, and the attacks were kind of randomized, and you just had to go around and essentially collect them. That was kind of like that. If they could make that, but actually, instead of making them little rigid things that bounced around, made them actually move properly, that could work. It could work.
I was looking into getting that game a while ago, and then I decided against it. But
what game was
I wish
that?
I could remember what it was called.
I can't remember. Where's my?
Just look in Wikipedia Pokemon games. I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wikipedia knows everything.
Jesse's been quiet for a really long time.
It's hard to talk about Pokemon because the last time I played it, it was Crystal, and that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
I actually skipped that generation. I didn't play Crystal.
I skipped Generation 4.
Which was 4?
Oh. 4 was 4 was Pearl and Diamond and stuff.
Oh, I forgot they even existed.
Yeah.
I did play Generation 3, I think it is, on my sister's for a while. It was the Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh yeah.
I did that a little bit, but Crystal is still, if I had a favorite Pokemon game, it was still Crystal.
I had Crystal, but I lost my copy before I could go and fight Red, so I never got to do that.
I got to Red, and then that's where I stopped, and then I lost that game, so I got right to the end game, and then I can't finish it.
Yeah.
Pokemon is like really hard for me to get into now, because like comic books, there's just so much in it. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of what I felt, but I've been really enjoying it in like the past couple of days since I jumped back into the memory the save that I had on Pokemon White, and I'm looking forward to being able to play this.
When I was younger, I could list all 150 of the
that's
original
because there
Pokemon.
were only 150.
Yeah, but you say that only 150. That's a lot. That's enough.
I reckon
and now there's 600.
Between us, I reckon on this podcast we should try and list all 150.
I would, but then I would probably get shunned by the entire escapist community for being a massive nerd.
It's the escapist community. Do you have
You're
any idea?
Listing 150 Pokemon takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah, but
to be honest, they're probably willing us to do it right now.
There are probably more extreme people than that on the escapist. Not to mention, Pokemon is really big on the escapist.
Is it?
It is. It's quite big on the escapist. If ever seen a Pokemon.
Should we try list them in order as well?
Well, no. Let's not kill ourselves over it.
Right, well, Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Ivysaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Nidoran male,
Nidoran female, Nidorino, Nidorina,
Nidoking,
Nidoking,
Rattata,
Haunter, Gengar,
Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna,
we should probably be writing
Beedrill.
these down.
We should. Yeah, we can't. How many is that? That's like 20. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
Aerodactyl, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon,
Omanyte, Omastar.
Kabutops,
Executor and
Execute. Weeping
Jigglypuff,
Bell, Victory Bell, and Bellsprout.
Clefairy, Clefable,
Mr. Mime and Jinx.
Abracadabra, Alakazam.
Didn't they get into trouble over Jinx in one of the episodes?
Yeah, because it was blackface.
Yeah, they had to change it to purple.
Yeah.
Because it looked like a...
Yeah, a blackface.
Golem, Graveler, and the other one.
Geodude.
Geodude, yeah. How can I forget
Onyx.
Geodude? Machop, Machoke, Machamp.
I've already said that.
Did you? I'm not listening.
So that's the issue we're having here.
We haven't even counted. We'll get to 150 and we'll be like,
Pikachu, Raichu.
Oh, there we go. I was just about to say we haven't said Pikachu yet.
Electabuzz,
of course. Articuno,
Moltres.
Moltres and... See, I was trying to remember Zapdos before I said Moltres, because then you've got Uno Dos Tres, but you ruined it. I'm happy.
I used to do that.
Did you say Zubat?
Oh yeah, Zubat.
Ekans, Arbok.
Zubat.
Golbat.
There's that.
Was
The one
Golbat
that
in one?
sings. Oh, Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I would
We've
have
done
said that.
Jigglypuff.
Gold
Did we
Duck.
say
I don't-
Wigglytuff?
No, I didn't. So Wigglytuff.
Starmie.
Golduck.
Golduck and
Psyduck?
Psyduck, yeah.
Rattata, Raticate,
Oh, the cat. Meow.
Meowth, Persian.
Have you guys heard the whole thing about the fact that you kill Gary's Raticate on the SSR?
Oh yeah, you do.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
what he was doing in the Ghost Tower.
Yeah, and he says, like, do you know what it's like to have your Pokemon die? And his
No, I
Raticate is
don't.
never in his party ever again.
Oh god. Growlithe, Arcanine, Ditto, Pinsir.
Can we just say Ditto 150 times?
Yeah, you can
Pony,
turn into them all.
what was it? Pony-
Mewtwo.
what was it?
How have we not said Mewtwo?
Yeah, but he's 151, isn't he?
No, that's Mew.
No, that's
Mew is
Mew.
151. Mewtwo is 150, which makes no sense.
That is quite terrifying,
Also, Ditto is a attempted clone of Mew,
apparently. Supposedly.
That's
supposedly.
quite interesting.
Porygon, Electrode, Voltorb. Ah!
Sorry.
What was the?
Ow.
What
That
was
was
the
my
fire
microphone.
horses?
Oh, Ponyta and Rapidash.
That's
Stop
it.
doing that.
Sorry, my microphone's trying to kill us all.
What is it doing?
It's just buzzing.
By the way, it
Starmie,
sounds like a
Staryu,
Voltorb, so Voltorb Electrode.
An Electrode.
Magikarp,
Um,
Gyarados.
German Shepherd.
No, we're only in Generation 1 where they still had some originality.
Okay.
What a load
Seal.
of eggs. Which
Judo.
turns into a palm tree. Yeah?
Oh, did we say Oddish and the other
Oh,
one
yeah.
in that evolution?
And
Yeah,
what about
Oddish.
Polywall?
what was it?
Poly-
Goldeen. and
Oh yeah,
Seeping.
Polygon. Polygon? Not Polygon.
I said that. Porygon.
Yeah, I was thinking of
They would say-
Poliwag. Poly.
That's
Sorry,
it.
Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath.
Yeah.
Did anyone say Snorlax?
Snorlax.
Okay.
Machop, Machop, Machamp.
We said those.
Said that again.
We've got to be
damn
close by now.
Um,
And this is all getting cut because no one wants to listen to 10 minutes of us trying to list Pokemon.
Oh, have we said Scyther?
No.
Oh, Scyther.
Was Scyther in the 150?
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
His
Where could you get
pre-evolution
Scyther?
wasn't.
Scythe, you can get him from the game corner.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure there's gonna be
yeah.
someone listening to this and just screaming him out to us like, you idiot.
Tauros.
Oh yeah, Taurus.
Oh yeah, Taurus. Oh, and Kangaskhan.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I caught him in. Why? I should have gotten that.
and
Dratini-
Marowak and Cubone.
Dratini,
Oh, yeah.
Dragonair, and Dragonite.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys heard the thing about Cubone being
Yeah, he's wearing his mum's skull and he's secretly
Yeah.
a baby
Yeah.
Kangaskhan.
No, the thing about
That's
it being
creepy.
Kangaskhan's baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has some merit in the theory.
That's so cool.
Quite depressing as well.
Is a bit.
The whole Pokemon world is depressing.
Slowpoke and Slowbro.
Yeah.
Here, children, take an animal and go into the wild.
How old are you
'Cause all
again?
your-
I don't care.
All your fathers died in the war, so it's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
up
that was
to
the
you
war
now.
theory, wasn't there? And that's why Lieutenant Surge is there.
I can't
He's
all
say
the
I've
like,
heard
fathers
that
"Electric
are
Pokemon
gone."
saved my life during the war.
Oh, have we said Star Me, Star You,
Yeah,
Star?
I
Yeah.
said those.
I can try.
Oh,
Um,
there we go. I found it. The game I was talking
Lapras.
about earlier was Pokemon Rumble Blast.
Oh right.
There we go.
does that
Um,
help us with finding the other, like, however many Pokemon are left?
No,
It is possible we've listed them all by now because.
Ekans, Arbok.
Oh, guess we haven't.
Oh, I
Oh,
said, I said
Diglett,
those.
Dugtrio. Did we
Coughing,
say Dig-
wheezing, I haven't. And Grimer and Muck.
Did,
I said I just. Yeah.
did we do
Oh, okay,
Diglett and
sorry.
Dugtrio?
Oh, Diglett, Dugtrio, yeah.
Okay,
I'll
that's,
always.
that's them, I think.
Yeah, we must have got them all now.
I hope so. Someone is going to listen to this and then post in the comments. Well, actually, you forgot this one.
Because I even said Seal and Dugong, and to be honest, they've always slipped through the radar for me.
Oh, Krabby and Kingler.
Ah, yes.
How could I
Seems
forget
stuck
those? I love those guys. They're
Yeah.
so cool.
And what was the Shelder and
Cloyster.
Cloyster? And then there was the other one that the
Sandshrew and Sandslash.
what's the one? It
I
looked
guess we
like
haven't got all of
a
them. Oh, mushroom
mushroom on a crab. Paris and Parasect. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll stop. Coughing. I know you said those. Now we'll stop.
Yeah.
Bellsprout and Weeping Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. And Victory Bell.
Okay.
I love
remember
those from the
two,
TV
'cause
show.
Those are my favorites on Crystal.
I never liked those.
Oh, I always loved Bellsprout. I got a Bellsprout and then never evolved it because its evolutions were lame. Yeah, I'm basically Ash. Just
I always thought Kingler was badass.
yeah, Kingler is pretty badass looking. I had a friend who decided to insist that Cloyster was actually a vagina,
Yeah.
and the black bit in the middle is the clitoris.
No. The horn was the clitoris.
Oh, was it the horn that was the clitoris?
Yeah, because the black's just the inside.
If they actually looked like that with little faces, I would not go near one of them.
You've been near them.
Oh yeah. Ding
Oh yeah, Watson gets
dong.
around.
Have you been to Amsterdam recently?
No. As well last year, but no.
So mobile games.
Actually,
Well,
one
Pokemon was
entire
handheld, it counts.
one type of genre of mobile games we haven't actually spoken about, which
Rhyhorn and Rhydon.
oh yeah.
Stop
shout.
it! Stop it
Okay.
now!
That's done.
We will never leave.
So, mobile games that basically.
Did we say
you-
Abracadabra and
you have to
Alakazam?
use-
Yes, I
oh.
did.
Okay. Sorry.
Let's stop.
It's just gonna
But
bug
yeah.
me forever.
Those mobile games. You actually have to use essentially like real time to do stuff. You know where you has anyone ever played those type?
I think I know what you mean.
I'm playing one right now, actually.
Aren't they usually like a thin guise for microtransactions, where it's like, oh, this will take 10 hours to complete, but if you give us all your money.
Yes,
Oh, I really hate
yes.
that. Did you see the news
I
report recently? Because on the iOS there's a thing, and it can be disabled, but it's set on by default that, you know, when you buy an app and you enter your password to buy it and install it, there's a 15-minute period in which you don't have to enter your password for anything. And so this kid was like, it was on one of those games, it's basically a money farm. And, you know, there was some free stuff, and yeah, but you start to buy it in the same way, even though it's free. And it was like, oh, can I get this? Do you have to? Well, it's free. So, you know, his dad entered the password for him. But then he didn't know that he then had to pay money for stuff. He just thought it was like additional downloads. This little kid, this like 5-year-old kid. So due to this 15-minute thing, he was like just buying loads of stuff, and
I think it was like
ended up costing like several hundred quid.
$2,500, I think.
Yeah, but because I think it was
Wow.
happened over multiple occasions.
I seem to remember a story about a dog buying Microsoft points or something.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
addicted
Hear about
to.
the,
I've just
woman
looked.
who-
I've just looked it up. Apparently, someone said his dog purchased 5,000 Microsoft points and left some telltale signs, including drool and scratches on the control.
That sounds like it's fake.
It does, unfortunately.
It does.
No, but did you hear
But-
about the woman who bought a like a plate or something off eBay? But then she left her computer signed into eBay, and her daughter bought an actual tractor.
That's amazing. I wish I could do that. Just buy a tractor. Oh dear.
I'd love a tractor.
But going back to what Watson was saying, I'm not a fan of those games until I found out there's a Jurassic Park one.
Wait, so what are these games?
Yeah, my brother's
It's-
been playing the Jurassic Park one a lot recently, but apparently it costs like £30 for a T-Rex, so he's upset.
What
Well,
What games are
if-
these?
Essentially, you can start off with a little bit of coin. You can put down, like for Jurassic Park, you put down a dinosaur, and that dinosaur accumulates money for you over time. But if you want to get more coin, you can spend real money, or you can just wait 15, 20, 50 minutes, 2 hours.
Oh, I hate
So
those.
it's one of those games where you can put it aside and go and do something else and play another game, and then come back to later.
That just, you come back to it, and even while you're doing it, it's not even fun.
Is well, yeah, okay.
It's just like,
It's
oh,
not.
now I'm
it's not the
preparing
fun
myself
you-
for another wait.
I don't
It's not-
find them fun, but they're a great way to get rid of time if you've got a long time to wait.
Yes.
Maybe.
They're not
Until
fun
you
like
hit a brick
playing
wall, in which
Raiden.
case you're just doing like one thing to then wait another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because then you find
I-
the thing that you're doing to kill time, you then have to kill time to get through.
I,
mean,
That's why you run
it's not
6
like-
at once.
It's not like playing Raiden Fighter or playing an Xbox game where it's that kind of instant excitement. But I did just get an Ankylosaur, so I'm really excited. being a having some geology background, it's like not geology, archaeology.
You can't even
Sorry,
remember
I have geology too. I'm got 2 of them.
it. Nice.
What, 2 backgrounds?
I came to college for geology, and then I switched to archaeology for a bit, and then I switched again.
Are the dinosaurs in game
Wow.
actually accurate, or are they Jurassic Park ones?
They're accurate to today. So and they have baryonyx.
So do you
Which
have
is
like
probably-
Wait, what is it? All periods, or is it just Jurassic period? Or
It's not just the Jurassic. It's multiple. The Triassic and Jurassic primarily, but they had the Velociraptors. They have.
are the Velociraptors 4 foot and feathered, or are they Jurassic
They
Park
are not
Velociraptors?
feathered though, so they're not scientifically accurate.
Right.
They're more of like the movie accurate, which is not accurate at all.
I'm one of those people who was really horrified when they found out that Velociraptors had feathers, and
Yeah,
then
but did you see the XKCD?
yeah, that's what I was about to go on to. Just like that, it's so cool what they used them for. They used them
Yeah,
to
they-
balance while killing things.
That's
I
pretty
was sad
cool.
when I found out the Brontosaurus isn't real. It's actually 2 different long necks
Oh,
Aw.
no, I'm sad.
that they mixed together.
I just love ASDF movies.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
Yes,
those.
I just love that one where it just steps on the guy. I am a Stegosaurus.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's but dinosaurs are awesome, and
yes.
there's so many of them.
Oh my god!
Yes.
I've just thought of the best
That-
sci-fi channel schlock film ever:
Right.
Cowboys versus Dinosaurs.
It's been done.
Oh, what?
There's an old western where, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, but some cowboys ride into this valley, and there are T-Rexes.
What? I have
Valley
to
of-
watch this. I have to watch this. I have to watch this.
It's an older western. I think it's like Valley of. Oh, now I have to remember.
Probably something to do with time. All films with dinosaurs have time in the name.
Gone
Before
Gwan-
time.
The Valley
Valley
that
of
time forgot or
Gwangi.
something.
So it's the Valley of Gwangi, Gwangi,
I'm gonna watch
1969 American Western.
I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this.
Did anyone ever actually watch the Cowboys versus Aliens film? I've heard it was awful.
Yeah.
Just-
I liked
I haven't
it.
watched it.
It was okay. It wasn't like a great film, but it was something you could just sit back and watch and have some fun with.
So
I found it
popcorn flick,
entertaining.
basically.
Yeah.
So-
or beer flick, really.
Not
Yeah.
something you'd pay to go see at the cinema then.
No.
I did, but
Not something you'd pay to go see at the cinema if you'd been told about it.
You know, I've just
It's not a
started
British
reading
crisis.
the wheel. I've just started reading the Wheel of Time series. So I'm reading. the
That's
first
an
book.
investment.
Yeah, but I'm liking it so far. One thing that I always get really depressed when it becomes apparent that I'm going through it really quickly because I'm a really fast reader. But I have found that different books will make me read at different paces on a subconscious level. And even then, this is quite a big book. It's 1,000. It must be like 1,000 pages.
Do
And,
you know how many books are in the series?
13.
Yeah, you've committed yourself then.
To be fair though, on the sort of Truth Book series, which is 11 books, I'm 7 books in so far to that.
To be honest, it's better than the Discworld series. How many books in that one? About
40 or so.
yeah.
So, but
anyway,
the
to
Discworld
give my-
series, they're disconnected. They're not the same
yeah,
story.
you can,
That's
you can,
true.
You
That's
can
true.
read individual ones, or you can find a sub-series like the Guard series, or.
Which are my favourite series.
Can I just get to my original
Sorry.
point? Then? Is that because obviously
No.
the thing is, it's so big that I'm only halfway through this book, even though I mean, I haven't been devoting as much time to it as I'd like, but I've still been reading it quite a bit. So that's just a testament as to how, it enwraps you to the point where you're gonna not read it that fast, even though you're reading it all the time, and the fact that it's so big. But I'm a bit over halfway through it, but fairly early on, I realised, having read Eragon as a child. I know that Eragon rips off a lot of the Eragon books ripped off a lot of things, namely the plot of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and Lord of the Rings naming conventions, but it ripped off so much from the first, from at least the first Wheel of Time book. It's ridiculous.
I am.
Has anyone here ever read Eragon?
I'm just amazed that you said read it as a child. I wasn't a child when that came out.
Not child, but I was like, I must have been, I think I was 12 when I got it.
That's child.
Well, yeah, close enough. But
I've not read Eragon, but I have read Wheel of Time. I got to the 11th book, and then there weren't any out when I finished that. I think it was the 11th, and now I was thinking about reading the next one, and I was just like, it's been so long since I read the last 11 books.
It's a good thing that I'm reading it now. Then
because
all 13 are out,
I don't want to have to read 11 books again, because if it was a complete story and I was like, oh, I'd quite like to read that again, I don't remember it very well. But this one's sort of just like, the only reason I'd be reading it again is literally to just fact check and make sure my memory of what happened is correct. So I'd be like, yep, that happened. It'd be like a history textbook rather than a fun book.
Yeah, because two major plot points in the first Eragon book: the farm gets attacked, and
that's in Wheel of Time.
And his uncle is great. His uncle, like the father figure thing, is basically horrifically wounded, and the difference is that he dies. Then later on, they're being pursued. Him and this other guy that he's travelling with are running on horseback for absolutely ages, trying to get away from the stock orc beast men things, which is basically what we spend half of this Wheel of Time book doing.
I liked the subtlety in naming them in Wheel of Time. They're not orcs, they're not trolls. They're Trollocs.
Yeah. I admit, though, one thing I did like in Eragon was that I thought Urgles was a fairly creative name for his generic stock beast men thing.
It's more creative than Trollocs.
Yeah.
Although, what are the evil ones that lead the Trollocs? I can't remember what they're called.
The Fades, and they're also called the Myrdal or something.
Yeah, I quite liked their name. Not that.
Myrdrail, I think.
Yeah. They're good books, but I wish they hadn't dragged on so long.
I think I'm going to enjoy them. I'm the sort of person that can get into a series for the long haul.
They are enjoyable. They are very enjoyable.
In other news, mobile games.
I could bring up the Wheel of Time game, but that wasn't mobile.
Was there a Wheel of Time game?
There was a Wheel of Time game, and there was a random Easter egg in one of the levels where you could go through a wall, and I think there was a picture of Lincoln's face. And I can't remember it. It was really weird. I don't know. I can't. I'll look it up. Continue your conversation about mobile games.
I was hoping someone else could say something, because I honestly I'm stumped here. I can't think of anything to say about mobile games at this point. I'm tapped out on this reservoir of conversation.
Speaking of tapping out, they have Minecraft. Minecraft on.
Oh yeah, I got the free trial
Google
for that
Play.
on iOS.
Is it any good on the mobile? Does it work?
Right, but obviously it utilises one of those aforementioned control schemes, which can be a bit difficult. Especially because, a large portion of that game can be, oh my fucking god, creepers run, at which point the control scheme will promptly screw you over in the most aggravating way possible.
I also imagine it doesn't have the kind of connectability of the computer and Xbox versions, I take it.
Oh, definitely.
No.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, I'm not a Minecraft player, but I unfortunately I've never actually played it. However, I do know that I think isn't it the best to play it on the computer because of all the kind of servers and things.
Yeah.
I've been watching some of the Minecraft server games, and they look quite fun.
Although what
Not
was
Microsoft.
quite amusing
What the
about the Xbox version is that me and some friends were all playing on the same TV, and so there was 4 of us, and there's different preset skins for different players. So, like, the first guy is the basic guy and all that, and I think I was player 4, and I was a black guy, and so what they then rigged was that they trapped me in the house, and I'd have to break out, and they'd chase me with bows and arrows and stuff.
Wow.
Okay.
Welcome to England, ladies and gentlemen. This is
we have very dark senses of humour in my circles of friends.
I was playing with my sister over. I was playing with my sister over Xbox Live, and I had a skin pack that had a creeper costume.
Oh yeah.
So we were pretty deep in the cave, and she was in a box, I think in the workbench. So I switch on the creeper costume. I just hide behind the corner.
And did you just use your microphone to go?
No, but it's dark enough. I kind of knocked off some of the lights, so it was a little darker. And then she turns around. There's a creeper, so she hits me.
I do wish I had people to play Minecraft with, because it does seem fun, but I've always had much more fun with Terraria, because it's got much more adventuring in than building. And I think
Terraria can be it can be a hard game, though.
Oh yeah, it gets evil towards the end.
What, Terraria or Minecraft?
Terraria. I was really sad because I got it on PC, and then they were like, new content coming, guys, and it was an Xbox release with extra content, and then never releasing that content for PC.
Ooh.
Which is just like, yeah, way to support your loyal fan base.
Yeah, that does sound quite stupid.
I remember that happening. I didn't realise they still haven't released it.
No, they're never going to. It's really...
What content is it?
I don't know. I've not looked into it because I was really annoyed. I was hurt.
That's fair enough. That's like saying you can never eat cake again and going and staring at cake. That'd be like...
Yeah. But to be fair to the developers, they gave it a lot of support from release, and it's had a lot of stuff added to it. So I try not to bear them any ill will about it, because, you know, at the end of the day, they do have to make money. But they could just release it for DLC, and I would buy it.
Do you think Terraria would work on a mobile gaming platform? It seems like the graphics are simple enough.
Yeah, the graphics aren't the problem. It's moving, because a lot of the time, precise movement's really important, especially with the bosses, and because of the way, because you use your mouse around your character to aim where you're hitting in a two-dimensional setting, it'd be quite hard to put in movement controls with the attacking / using your pickaxe.
Right. Ooh, sorry, just yawning. I'm quite tired.
A game like that could work, but
maybe
it would have to be a bit simpler.
If it was on like a proper handheld, do you think it would work a bit better?
Oh, I'd love to get a Terraria on a proper handheld. It could be like a two-stick shooter. It could work.
Or maybe like, you know, on the DS and you use the stylus to hit stuff.
That would be good as well. I'd play that.
Yeah.
But there's another game. I don't know if it's by the same studio.
Or maybe you know, you could use the controls to hit stuff, but then the touch screen would be your inventory, so you could just quick access it.
That would be handy. There was a lot of trouble with inventory on Terraria because you'd have like a 50-item inventory or something.
If any of the Terraria devs or any of the anyone who knows the Terraria devs listening to this, yeah.
Hint.
I don't think they're going to hire you. Just
I wasn't saying hire them, just make the damn game.
Oh. Has anyone else played Terraria, or am I just alone?
I don't have any coding experience. Why would I want a gaming job?
I did play it for a while, and it's a fun game.
You know,
it's just you get to the point where you get far enough down, you just don't have the right equipment, you can't find enough good material, and you just get your butt kicked so often.
Have you not killed the wall of flesh then?
I have not.
It gets a lot harder after you kill the wall of flesh.
What is the wall of flesh?
I hope that's not some sort of sexual thing.
No, I'll send you a link to it. Obviously, the people
Terraria,
listening
not
can't see it.
Champions.
There was a thread on the forum a while ago saying, "Oh, there's this awesome game called Corruption of Champions. Are there more games like it without the weird stuff?" And then I went on it, and I was like, "This isn't what I was expecting at all."
No, but to be fair, that was the point of the thread. Is there any game that's like that, but without the soul-destroying nature of the game?
Is there any game that's like this, but nothing like this?
What is it? I haven't heard of that. What is it?
Oh, look it up and play it. It's a great game.
Do you think I should tell him?
No.
Yeah, please.
I suppose you have to for the people listening.
No, okay, no. Here's what you need to do. If you play it, please play it for at least an hour.
Is it going to run on my sat nav of a computer?
Oh yes, I'll tell you this though. It's just a text-based pointing. It's just a text-based option selecting game.
Oh, okay.
You'll realise just what you've gotten yourself into when you're selecting your perks.
For about the first 5 seconds, you'll have a sort of confused look on your face, and then once it really gets started,
You'll
your
be like,
jaw will drop to the floor and never leave.
This will be
What's it called again?
This will Corruption of Champions.
Corruption of Champions. Cool.
This will be your sort of thought process. You know, click the game. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, it's always good when the website for the game isn't the game's name, isn't it? It's never a good start. So I'm going on it right now. I'm
Oh, I think listening to your reaction could make good viewing.
I think we should let this run on for a few more minutes just to let. And Fizz, please include this. Don't edit this out.
Right, how do I? Okay. Play. Oh, there we go. That's
What have you just linked?
That's the video of the wall of flesh from Terraria, just so people know what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
I'll watch that when we're done with it.
Yeah.
So this mobile gaming podcast quickly became seeing Watson's innocence be destroyed once and for all.
Well, Corruption of Champions would work on a mobile device.
Yeah, it would.
And,
I would feel really, really bad about having it on my app screen.
Yeah, and you could never lend your phone to someone because they
case
might
they
go
knew
on
what
it,
it was.
and then they'd go on it and they'd be like, oh, they've got a game, I'll play this for a while to waste some time until they get
Corruption of
back.
Champions,
And
that
then...
sounds quite interesting. No, wait, what?
Yeah, the title is good. That's quite
Yeah.
a good title. It's
And yet it doesn't tell you what it's about, and yet it's
yeah,
very
it tells you
fitting.
exactly what it's about without telling you anything about what it's about. It's,
Yeah.
Uh,
Watson, how's it going?
But it turns out it doesn't work on my tablet, so I'm having to open up.
Your computer.
Well, it's on obviously because I'm talking to you on it, but
Shut up. Thanks.
at least I hope it is. But of course, I've clicked internet and now it's waiting.
This should be good.
Oh, I've opened
Yeah.
up 3. Hang on a sec.
Oh, that's the worst.
it's
This is going to be the greatest thing ever.
I mean, I actually, the thread which was saying, are there any games like this but without the weird stuff? I agree with them because I love games like that. The
It's
clicking
been
adventure
really
thing.
done really well. It's just that the person responsible is the worst person ever.
It's like, I don't know. It's staring into an abyss and having something stare back at you. It is just.
I looked into the abyss, and the abyss looked into me.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, not through my eyes. That's what this game is about.
Yeah, it's very scary, but I didn't think people like that existed. I mean, I know that obviously everyone likes different stuff, but
don't ruin it entirely for him.
Okay.
Just the commitment that person must have to make that game, and they're clearly
probably would
quite
help if-
popular, and they've received
It probably
donations.
It probably would help if they were that sort of person themselves.
I'd like to commend Watson for his commitment right now.
Why do you know what we're talking about, Jesse?
I have no bloody clue.
Give it a play. Give it a play.
I will say this though. To be that warped, this person must have never been on a date in his life,
Yeah.
and not voluntarily.
Oh.
We're giving away a bit much, though. We should
We are,
should
but-
stop.
To be
Let's
fair,
talk about cheerful things until we hear a sudden scream.
Yeah.
until we hear, hey, where are you going? I'm just going into the barracks armory. Why? I'll be right back.
Mobile games. I recently got my PS Vita back because I broke it. And, I bought a protective metal case, so I can't break it
nice.
again.
I got like an essentials pack from Game when I got mine, and basically included in that is like it's a case, but then there's also like designed to go with the cases. There's like a padded layer that sort of fits over my Vita.
That's probably a good idea. I'm going to try and invest in some stuff to protect it because I don't want to have to pay out the arse to fix it.
Do you want me to go and find the box so I can tell you what it's called?
Yeah,
Just get it
yeah.
again.
But even though there's only 2 games that exist for the PS Vita, it's worth it for the whole plethora of old games that I love.
To
and
you,
haven't been
what
able
are
to play.
those 2 games?
My two games are Dynasty Warriors Next and Disgaea 3 Absence of Detention, which is on PS3 anyway,
Is
I think.
Dynasty Warriors good? Because it sounds like an interesting concept.
Have you never played a Dynasty Warriors game?
No. Okay, do I have this right? You are the command... You are, like, you don't command, but you are the leader character of an army.
Sort of.
There is another army.
Yeah.
And your character is essentially every anime protagonist ever.
Yeah, that's entirely it. And
So, do you
it's
have
not
friendly
unusual.
soldiers?
You have friendly soldiers, yeah. They don't do much. They sort of walk in circles.
But are they at least as good as the mooks that you're cutting down?
Yeah, they're exactly the same as the mooks you're cutting down. They're identical.
Oh, good.
But it's not unusual to get over 1,000 kills in a game of Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, but then aren't there like loads of really high, powerful characters that you find
Yeah,
eventually?
one of which is Lubu, and they always make a massive deal out of him, and they make him cheaply difficult. Like, normally your attacks knock someone back, and so you can do a combo on them, but he has like twice the defense of a normal person, twice the attack of a normal person. No, you're just not supposed to fight him. You're supposed to run away, and I always take it upon myself to fight him.
Have you ever killed him?
Yeah, there's an achievement for it.
Oh, nice. Still, the only game I've got for my PS Vita, because I'm not really in a position to pay for games, although the next game I will be buying will be Black and White 2, just because I'm on a bit of a Pokemon kick at the moment. If, I'll be putting aside money for it, so, hopefully I won't lose too much. But the game that I want to get for my Vita will be Persona 4 Golden.
I've never played the Persona games, and
No,
people tell me I should.
Happily.
People tell me I should, but I look at them and I don't see anything I would like, and I should give them a try. But it's just like everyone talks about the social aspect of it, and it just sounds a bit boring to me.
Maybe.
I wish I could try it before I play it, because I don't want to put
Try
down the
before
money
you
on
buy.
it. Yeah, I wish I could.
How's it going?
Not the best. Something to do with Flash Player.
Oh,
Yeah, this computer's lovely. It's absolutely stunning. It just told me.
Jesse should be our guinea pig instead. Then
What?
Jesse should be the guinea pig instead. You should look up Corruption of Champions and give it a go.
I think I'm not going to.
Oh.
Come on.
I think after this, I'm gonna play my Red Dead Redemption and just sit quietly in my bedroom.
Come on.
Did any of you get any games off that recent Xbox sale?
No,
There was an Xbox sale.
Yeah, this last week it was like 50 to 80% off some big
man.
games.
Oh god.
No,
So I just got.
going.
no, didn't know about that.
Damn.
I think it was like one day it was all Halo, the next day it was all Assassin's Creed, another day it was
Rockstar.
Call of Duty, and then the fourth day was a mixture. There was Portal 2, Red Dead, Arkham City.
Was it buying the whole games or just buying the
and
the
then
add-ons?
now
and
there's
stuff?
just
DLC.
the whole game
right.
itself. So like you could have got Borderlands for $10 or Borderlands 2 for $30. I got Red Dead for $15.
Sorry, I just forgot that you were American and your games are $60. Because here, Borderlands 2 probably costs about 30 quid.
Yeah, fair one.
So about $45.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is that all it is now?
I think so. It's
Is it
been out
really
for a
that
long
cheap?
time now.
So, have you found a workaround?
Yes, it's downloading right now. Flash Player 11. Nice.
Oh.
I think for our next Failcast, we should stop here, and for the next Failcast, Watson should turn his the video player on. Are you using
I'm
a
using my
tablet or
laptop now, yeah.
a laptop right now?
Well, he's on a laptop.
So just turn your camera on so we can record you, and then we'll post it on the next Failcast.
Or maybe you should just... Well, I don't... Because obviously it's a failed cast and... Yeah, it's an audio thing. But maybe we should release it as its own video, so just in your own time you should like do an hour of this and just record your reactions.
I'm sure from there someone could do a great screen grab of one of your face reactions just to put as the picture of the video.
Well, unfortunately, I don't actually have a camera. There's a big problem with this.
To be fair though, it's the sort of...
The duty falls to Jesse again. Then I think he'll have to.
He's not going to do it. Yeah, because you and I have already been desensitized to it.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing that you just out of sick interest you sink hours into.
I wouldn't say ours.
It's like watching a surgery.
There was an amazing game I found the other day. It's been on Steam Greenlight. It's Surgery Simulator.
Oh yeah, and isn't that the thing where there's the gif of him basically just like whacking the guy's ribs out?
Yeah, you control a hand using the mouse, and it's very responsive, and you've got to like pick up. No, you use the mouse and the keyboard. Sorry, you have like a key for each finger. It's like the quap of surgery. And you're just trying to pick up like a bone saw, and you're just hitting this guy all over the place, trying to get his ribs out so you can replace his heart.
What about his ribs?
And I completed it with the guy had like a pint of blood left in him, and he had 2 hearts and no lungs and no ribs.
Why did he have 2
So
hearts?
I think he was going to be okay. I didn't take out the old one before I put the new one in. I was having so much luck with it.
Because I don't think having 2 hearts would be useful if there wasn't a lung to begin with.
What if you were a time
Because the lung kind of has the function of bringing in that whole oxygen thing that the heart then pumps to the rest of the body.
Alright, Watson, how's it going?
I get a nice white square. I don't even know what's happening now. I now have the new Flash player, and I had to go into the settings for Google to actually enable it. For some reason, it just disabled it for some reason. So it's now there. I'll tell you what. Shall we just? I'll download it. Of course, I'm away this week, so should we just?
You don't need to download the game. You can just play it in your
That's the
browser.
problem I'm having. So I might as well just download it.
Fair enough, but do not let anyone.
It's
see
alright.
that game.
No one goes near this laptop. It's people are afraid of the little mice that I have to feed to
Fair
get it
enough.
running. It's they're a bit old now, and
Fair
all
enough.
all the times
We're just-
they've been used for felching. It's oh, it's up. Why is it up now? Okay, never mind. Okay, so new game. What's my
Play
name?
it then.
My name is
Okay.
Watson.
So about
There we go.
Okay.
So
This should be good.
I'm
Is it gonna be male or
oh, I have to
female?
read some stuff. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves.
So I'm looking at the face of the cat that's on Chris's screenshot, and I can imagine that's gonna be Watson's face. And
That was Watson's face, except without the references to aliens.
Well, I think that this game is the kind of thing that turns someone into a conspiracy nut. Just, the kind of thing where someone plays it and
This
they're never
game
the
will-
same again.
Okay, I'm going to say this entirely seriously. This game will have caused school shootings. All of the ones that ended in a suicide as well.
It's there is something wrong with it. There is. It's unique.
I can never think of tiger sharks in the same way again.
That's even funnier to me because I know what he's talking about. It's the kind of laughing where you're not sure whether you're going to start crying.
Oh my word. What is going on here?
What's happened?
Have you started the game yet, or are you still just in character creation?
Okay. Sorry, yeah. Okay.
Do you,
Yes.
are you on the perks bit?
I really shouldn't have chosen to be a woman.
Do you want to read for the audience? the
Well,
perks
I've
that
already
you have
selected
available?
one.
Did you go with
I've
male or
selected a
female first?
I'll tell you exactly what it says on my screen right now. Larger breasts will allow you to lactate greater amounts. Tit fuck larger cocks, and generally be a sexy bitch. Ding dong.
Okay, I wish.
That's about the most normal thing in the game.
Yeah, see, I wish that you had picked male purely because one of the perks
Nice,
is more jizz.
Nice. What were my plans for life?
I'm worried that you remember what the perks are.
No, that one just jumped out at me because before I played that game, I was in the thread, and it was like, oh, so a different game that's different. It's like I don't know why you want a game. Someone posted, I don't know why you want a game that's different because in my books, a game that offers a perk that's more jizz is alright in my books. That's how I remember it.
Jeez.
So what's going on
Yes,
now? Have you
I'm
selected
all the
your
way through.
perks?
I'm. What am I doing? I'm now the champion of Ingnum. That's a great name for a village.
Did you? What perks did you select? Sorry, did you go with the bigger breasts in the end?
I did, yes, and my profession was slutting. Yeah, because why not? Okay, so I'm walking to a tainted clay cave.
This bit gets good.
Well, you say good, quite tame compared to the rest of it.
Oh yeah, it's still tame, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just Watson, be careful of living
Okay,
trees.
I don't remember anything about living trees.
Because I chose.
Oh, I remember the living trees.
If I'd seen the living trees, I'm sure I'd remember them.
Because one of the things that's harder to run away from, and I encountered what must have been 5 in a row, and I couldn't run away from them, and they were really powerful.
I think I must have like 50% mental scar tissue from this. Just like you don't forget anything in that game, do you? Because it's the kind of thing that burns itself into your eyes.
It's burned into my mind. That's exactly.
Wow.
it.
Okay. Apparently, I'm lusting for an imp right now. I'm. Oh, what the heck?
Still, some of the more normal stuff.
So Fizz, if you just want to cut me out of all of this, just
He's embarrassed to be
wasn't-
associated.
pretend I wasn't on any of the show. Just go back to the first
Feel
minute.
free to leave any time.
His account's just going to be deleted off the Escapist, and he's never going to have existed after this.
And he'll just go into witness protection.
Not even that
I'll
can keep you safe from this.
I'll walk by all of you guys at the expo and just not even make eye contact.
I wish I could go to the expo.
I'm going to try and make it.
I'm sadly going to be too busy at the time, but...
Well, it's during my gap year, so it'll be perfect.
So what's going on now, Watson? Are you
I'm in a campsite.
some exploring?
I can explore now. Or I can masturbate. That's
Yeah, and you'll come
okay.
through
So
portal
I'm
again,
exploring. Oh god, there's a
Private
lot of
variety
reading in this game.
thing to do.
I'm skim reading, by the way. So I don't. It's
Yeah, it's
Oh, I'm back at my.
might save
I
you some
see. Yeah,
horrors.
a portal. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just going to point out that I have a really good memory for in-game lore. Like, I can tell you basically anything about Harry Potter ever. I really regret that having played this game.
Oh, I'm in a forest.
It is making it seem like you've played it a lot.
No, I just mean
Yeah.
I remember things just right from the off, just because that's what I can do. I can also remember conversations I've had with people.
I've come across a giant bee woman.
Oh god.
Oh.
I wish I could forget everything to do with this game.
Yeah, it's like you forget some of it, and then when he's talking about it now, you'll have just a Vietnam.
She has
flashback.
luscious black lips that glimmer wetly, bending into a smile as she sees me approach. My woman's gonna love that. Oh yeah, her lust's gone up. That's
Now, when you say lips.
It's talking about her head. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, good.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Oh, I'm fighting her. What can I?
Oh.
Is this kind of stuff allowed? Are we allowed to talk about this?
I've
about
opened
anything we
my
want.
spell. Oh, I haven't got any. Oh, I'm gonna tease her.
Yeah.
She's definitely enjoying the show, and then she mutilates me with a powerful armored punch. I wish I hadn't done that.
That's an abusive relationship if ever I saw one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
you
quite
look nice.
interesting. It's an interesting juxtaposition, that, isn't it? Just like,
It is, isn't
Oh,
it?
ooh, that's a very nice show you're putting on for me.
oh, hang on
Pow.
a sec. So, I attacked her. She deflected it. Now I've been stung with an aphrodisiac. Of course.
Because bees have those.
And
Bees have
now
those.
I want to lick her sweet honey pot. Got it.
Oh dear.
This game is horrifying.
There's a reason why I never eat honey anymore.
Oh.
I'm just glad to not like honey. I think considering the effect some of the items in this game have, if I ever go abroad, I'm not eating anything. Just in case.
Stay away from peppers and funny shaped fruit, you'll be fine.
Well, I have no idea. Oh, I'm gonna run actually because I don't. Oh, no, no, I can't actually do anything to her. Yeah, too slow. My attacks just deflect, and I get a lot more aphrodisiac. I have no actual attacks. I could tease her again, but then she just turns around and stings me again. I could fantasize about her. Apparently, it's probably a pretty bad idea to do unless you want to end up getting raped. Okay. Well, actually, my character seems to want that right now, so...
I'd just keep trying to run if I were you. That seems to be the constant thing in an RPG. If you're outpowered, just run.
Honestly, if I was in your situation, I would go into the kitchen, go under the sink, and drink everything you find. Because that is the kind of state of mind this game puts me in.
There is that option, yes.
I hate whoever started that thread on The Escapist, and I hate that I was curious enough to try and find out what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dark. I mean, back in camp, I did get away. It's okay. And now I'm healed. I went... What the hell? Why does your lust go up when you go to sleep? Wow.
I'm fairly certain you can...
Good dreams. I want a bit of that. Okay. Nothing's happening, so... Okay, I'm exploring again.
We should probably stop this before anything more horrible happens.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, appearance.
This should have stopped before it started.
Alright, okay, so if everyone just wants to hit stop.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This has been a tangentially mobile gaming related podcast, and yeah.
Thank you all for listening.
I can assure you that this episode's tagline will be.
Well, I'll play it over the week and I'll give my feedback next time. Just before we go, I'll just point out I have a 0.2-inch nipples, my character, and one tight bum.
Oh, have you looked at the appearance?
All right, say goodbye, Watson.
Bye.
Goodbye.
This is 1 hour. This is actually an hour and a half of your life. You'll never get back.